Has a coworker ever known something about you that they really shouldn't have?
Make sure to like and subscribe for more stories like this. There's this new guy at work, Marcus, and from day one, something about him was slightly off. Not in a bad way, just. He always seemed to know things he shouldn't. Like he'd been at the company 3 weeks and already knew that Priya in accounting hated when people microwave fish, that the third floor printer jams if you send anything over 4 pages, and that Derek from sales had a lucky pen he refused to lend to anyone. Small stuff. Weird stuff. The kind of stuff you only learn after months of sitting in the same open plan office breathing the same recycled air. I figured he was just one of those people who picks things up fast. Good listener. Whatever. I filed it away and moved on. Then last Tuesday I walked in and Marcus was already at his desk and he said, "Good weekend, did the bike ride go okay?" I stopped. I had mentioned to exactly one person, Jade, who sits diagonally across from me, that I was thinking about doing a trail ride that weekend. I hadn't told Marcus. I hadn't even confirmed to Jade that I was actually going. I sat down, smiled like everything was normal, and spent the next 45 minutes low-key spiraling. I started keeping a mental list. He knew my coffee order before I told him. He knew I'd had a rough March, even though I'd never spoken about it at work. He knew my old job was in a different city. At some point I convinced myself this man had looked me up, LinkedIn stalked me, maybe even talked to people at my last company. I was so convinced. I brought it up to Jade in the kitchen, speaking quietly like we were in a spy film, and she just stared at me and said, "Simon, the onboarding buddy system." I blinked, she sighed. HR pairs new hires with a buddy from their team. They get access to a basic profile, emergency contact, previous roles. A few preferences people fill in on the form. I had zero memory of filling in that form. But apparently 2 years ago, past me had cheerfully answered a section called Fun Facts for Your Team and written down my coffee order that I bike on weekends and that I moved from out of town after a rough patch. Past me was very forthcoming. Present me had been building a conspiracy theory about an innocent guy who was just doing his job and being friendly. Marcus. Turns out is one of the nicest people in the office. He remembered my stuff because he actually read the form, which is more than I can say for myself. I had to sit with that for a while. The thing is, nobody else knew I'd been quietly suspicious of him, which is its own kind of luck. And now Marcus and I eat lunch together on Wednesdays, which is great. He still knows things I don't remember telling him. Last week he asked how my mum was doing after her appointment. I just said she's fine, smiled, and did not investigate further. Some mysteries are better left alone.